When I felt the prompting to be called to politics, the question that I wrestled with was, should I step out into this very dirty, messy world of politics? And the Lord said so clearly to me, can't you be a saint? Can't the president, even the president of the United States, be a saint? And that was, as clear as it was as we are speaking here, that it was a truth. And it's not about the dirtiness of the world. It's not about the challenges, and nobody needs to look further than the headlines of the news to see how broken our world is, how messed up politics is. But when you have people who go in and say, yeah, I want to go there because that's where Jesus is, and that's where Jesus needs me, that's what changes. One of the things that I came to see very quickly, so I ended up serving in local political office, as well as kind of as campaign manager on some state and larger elections. And one of the things that became very clear to me is that on the outside, it's a lot easier to throw bombs, to throw darts at the people who are in the arena. And not that they're by any means perfect, not that they aren't a bunch of scoundrels. But what I did is I actually got to know them as people. And when you meet somebody, when you meet a senator who you completely disagree with, when you meet somebody who is antithetical to all the values you hold, you find out they're a person. They're a person who is weak, who is flawed, who's been wounded, who's been maybe even tricked. Some of them willingly, some of them choosing to actually deceive and bring others in, but they're people. They're people who have a past, but also have a future in Christ. What I found is that when we are able to engage people as people and recognize that no matter what office they hold, they are in need of Jesus. They are in need of us to engage them. And the easiest way to do it is to get involved locally. And this is something that I really believe strongly. St. Ignatius has this quote about how the devil uses that which is far off to distract us from that which we can control. And I believe that for so many of us, we look at the president, we look at national elections, and we get fed up and we get frustrated. But almost every one of those candidates came from some small town, came from some lower office that we can actually impact and influence. But we don't influence them just by our vote. That's good. That's a beginning. That's a first step. That's almost a requirement that we're involved and aware of what's going on. But what if we took that next step and we said, we're going to get to know our congressman or our county commissioner, or our city council, or our mayor, whatever it is, and I'm going to go out and have coffee with them. And they want my vote, and they actually can take time for me, and I'm going to get to know them. And that's the person you have the ability to affect and influence more than any other office, is the someone who you can actually see. Maybe even they go to church with you. But how often do you get to know them and you reach out to them? Because leaders, and whether this is in politics or in business or in anything in life, it's kind of lonely. And they're often surrounded by people who are sycophants, who tell them what they want to hear. You've got to be a friend and really love somebody so that you earn the right to preach truth to them. They're starving for meaning. They're starving for people who actually care about them and not the political agenda. And when you get someone's heart, you win a lot more. The agenda, all the other stuff might come along with the package, but if you go after someone's heart, that's the time where you really win. And you earn the right to bring them to a whole better place and change our world, because that's what we're all about. We're about impacting the culture for Christ. And if we can't start with the person that we can influence in a powerful way, then we're missing the mark.